everyone, it's Emmy. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a really great festive holiday season and a great new year. I'm really sorry that I didn't get to finish my Vlogmas. The whole December, basically the second half of December, just completely flew by and I had no idea. Like before I knew it was Boxing Day, I was like, oh, I haven't uploaded the rest of my Vlogmas. It wasn't that interesting, to be honest, though. It was a lot of the same of what you saw. Pretty much like day in day out, pretty much the same. But yeah, nothing, you didn't miss out on it much. It was pretty boring, but yeah, I had a really good Christmas, pretty chilled considering circumstances. It was quite nice. But yeah, today I just wanted to do my top, or like my standout products for 2020, to start off the new year. So this, I know a lot of people do kind of like their tops of every category. I've decided not to do that. I've done just like standout products because I could just do one for every category, but I have multiple favourites for multiple categories, and some of them are just like favourites of the moment or say of the entire year. I kind of like flip-flop a lot of what I like, and also there's a lot of like categories like eyes and lips and stuff that I tend to just switch up on day to day, so I wouldn't really have like an all-time favourite. But I do have 5 favourites here that I just thought were like really top standout products of the year that really like I've had a lot of pleasure using them throughout the entire year. So let's get started. First product is from Becca. It is the, what is it called? Becca Pearl Glow Luster Glow Powder Pure Pearl. It's this one. It's the one that's in like the lilac packaging with the white top. Just looks like that. It's really, really beautiful. So I don't usually like Becca powders, highlighters, just because I find them quite like thick for a powder, like quite not creamy, but like quite like chunky, quite rich, and like I don't like a really chunky like heavy highlight. I like it a little more smooth. I still like it quite like glowy and beaming, but not necessarily like frosty and like or really like intense. Not that they're like super intense compared to like the rest of like what's like available on the market at the moment, but just like texture wise they weren't really my favourite. But I saw this one and it's much more of like a baked formula. It's not like their usual kind. I don't know if you can kind of see like the edges are kind of risen. It's more baked, it's a little bit harder pressed, and it really like intrigued me, and I didn't really want to spend the money on it. But then I noticed on ASOS at the beginning of the year, like springtime, kind of around the first lockdown kind of time, it was on sale and I had a voucher. So I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna go for it, just give it a try. And it was like the best like whim that I've ever done because it's just so beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, hasn't got glitter in it, it's just like a pearl. It's truly like a pink pearl. I don't know if you can see that. So it's just super brightening, and you can build up to be a little more intense, but it's never going to be like super frosted. And because it's that pinky tone, it just blends really well into the skin. Obviously if you're a little bit darker than me, it's going to be a little bit more intense, but because of that pinky tint, it really blends well. But it just looks so smooth and like, oh, just yummy on the skin. I can put so much on and still look like, it still looks like skin. Let me see if I can layer up. I've got it a little bit on now, but I can layer up and it'll just still, the texture will never like build, like, can you see it just gets really bright, but the texture never like gets too heavy. It still stays really lovely and smooth, and that's why I really love like baked powders. But yeah, absolutely adore this. I wasn't too keen on trying the palette that came with this kind of like launch, but the highlight is really, really lovely. It's like the perfect highlight. So Becca released more of this formula because this is freaking amazing. I actually bought a backup of it because it went on sale again. I was like, I had another voucher, I was like, I'll get that. So yeah, this has just been an absolute pleasure to use all year and I absolutely adore it. So good. Never thought I'd have a Becca highlight that I liked because their normal formula is just not up my alley, but that one, beautiful. Next product is the Lottie London Freckle Tint. I've been loving doing fake freckles. I know a lot of people I know a lot of people have. It's been a big trend this year. I've been doing fake freckles for a while because I used to work at MAC and it was like quite a good trend like on the runway like a few years ago, that kind of like sun bleached kind of look, and so freckles have always been something that we've kind of like tried to do, and I've absolutely loved doing them. I usually use them, I can't talk today. I usually use like a brow pen, like the MAC brow pen was what I used to use on the counter, this one. And the reason why I like using a brow pen and not a like a pencil or like a powder. I know a lot of people like on TikTok like use like a bobby pin and put in powder and dot. It just gets too messy and it ends up looking too done. Whereas a brow pen, the ink is just so sheer, it just looks more like skin. But the issue is that I actually like using this for my brows as well, so I go through them so quick. And then I found the Lottie London Freckle Tint. Also, with a brow pen, you have to kind of shake it a lot to get a lot more ink out. So you end up kind of doing like a few dots that are like really pigmented, and then the rest tend to be really sheer, and I like to have a bit more control. So I found the Lottie London Freckle Tint, which is basically kind of like a dupe to the Freck brand. I don't know if they sell any of that stuff. But it's kind of like a dupe for that. It's just one like kind of universal colour, but it's the perfect shade. It's kind of like a little bit aubany, but because it is more like a dip, you can have a lot more control over it. So I tend to like apply it and then I kind of like dab it to sheer it out, and it becomes much more like skin, and it just looks like real freckles. And that is my secret to freckles. Yeah, don't bother with like powder or brow pencil. I mean, if that's what you have and you don't want to buy anything else, then use it. But if you're wanting to do good freckles, get this. It's only like it's less than a tenner, and it lasts such a long time. Next product, Glossier Boy Brow. It's such a simple product, but I don't know what it is about it. It just works so well. I've tried like Gimme Brow before because I used to work for Benefit. I used to love Gimme Brow, but I found that it used to get like kind of stuck to the skin a lot. I find that with a lot of like brow gels. I used to find that like Gimme Brow and other brow gels like would get kind of stuck to my skin a lot because I have brow hairs that kind of like go onto my brow bone, and so I want something that wasn't so like thick and clunky. But Boy Brow, it's like quite a creamy consistency, but you put it on, it just sticks well. It makes the brows look gorgeous, gives them like a really nice fullness, but never looks kind of too thick. It's just such a great formula. Like I said, I don't know what it is, what they do with it, why it is so different, but it is just so perfect, and it lasts a really good time. I got a new one just this Black Friday. The last one lasted me from last Black Friday, so it lasts a really long time. It's not too inky and it's not too sheer. It's just the perfect amount. It's the perfect brow gel, in my opinion. Next product is the Porefessional Hydrating formula from Benefit. I never thought I'd put Porefessional on favourite. I used to hate Porefessional. Like I said, I used to work for Benefit years ago, and I used to have to be like, yeah, Porefessional, because it was like a top product. I'd be like, yeah, I fucking hated it. It was just so silicone-y, so gross. I love the concept of it because I have very large pores, and so I really want something that's going to like cover pores. And I'm always looking for primers to do that, but a lot of the time they're either really silicone-y or they're really like slack and like really stiff. This is the perfect in between. It has enough like kind of gelness and like smoothness to really fill in the pores, but it's not silicone-y and slippery. It still kind of has a good amount of tack. It's still got that tint as well. I like primers that have like a little bit of tint, just so they don't look, I don't know, they just kind of, I feel like they blend a little better, and the texture is so much nicer. It's more kind of gel-like than the original, and it just soaks straight into the skin but gives this beautiful smooth texture that just fills in the pores beautifully. I love this. So good. And then the final product is the Mercier translucent powder. It's a classic, and it is classic for a reason. It is the perfect powder in my opinion. I don't know why like people keep buying new powders and stuff and trying them out. Just get this one. It's the best one. And it comes in a few different shades now, which is great. But it makes the skin just look poreless. Again, I have very like large pores. I don't put powder all over my face. I don't bake. I don't do any of that because my skin's super duper dry. But I do have really large pores just around here, a little bit between my brows, and a teeny bit on my chin. And so I just want a powder just to smooth that out. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the viewfinder. I'm looking at the viewfinder, I'm not looking at you. Sorry. Just so I can see what I'm doing. It's just, it just completely blurs the skin, and it just looks so refined and gorgeous. I remember like movies like Legally Blonde with Reese Witherspoon, or like 13 Going 30 with Jennifer Garner, and their skin just looks so smooth and like poreless. And I think they have probably like La Mer powder, if I remember like articles, like La Mer powder was pretty much used in most rom-coms in the early 2000s. But I don't have the budget for La Mer. But this one, it gives that finish. It just gives that real smooth finish without looking powdery. caked on or dry, it's magic. It's magic powder and it lasts forever. And I do recommend getting the puff. I mean, mine's a bit manky, but the puff does make a difference. I feel like the kind of pressing motion rather than blending or kind of like stippling really just helps to make it really, really smooth and gorgeous. So yeah, those are my top 5 of the year, my standout products. I couldn't be without them. There's some products that are like die hard. If I, you know, had to get rid of my full collection, I could only have essentials. Those would be definitely in it. Obviously that's not my entire face, but those have been some standouts of the year that I just absolutely loved using. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I think I made it under 10 minutes. So I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like the video, like the video if you liked it, and comment, let me know how your day is, what you're feeling, other videos that you might want to see in the future. I'm going to try and do more regular stuff this year. That is my kind of goal of the year, is to get more into YouTube. I'm a bit more confident with it now, so I think I can do a better job. I just realised I'm wearing tinsel bunny ears, and they're really hard to see because I've got a tinsel background. Oh well, I tried. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Also, don't forget to go over to Instagram, follow me on there, Emmy. Put the name in my description so you can see. Yeah, and thank you again. I will see you in the next one. Bye.